So we all remember these, right? I did a video on them a couple months ago, I think. And in that video I said that the reason I bought these 3M Posca paint markers was to do Huvember, because I was very interested in using these for that. And since then, I have also purchased a set of 5M Posca markers, as well as some 1M markers and some of the brush tip markers, because I have lost my mind. And now I have way too many Posca markers, but the whole purpose of buying the Posca markers was Huvember. So I'm gonna try and do that. We all know how my last Inktober attempt went and how my mermaid attempt went this year. So I don't anticipate finishing the month, but I'll do as many as I can before I, can't or don't. Okay, so I guess the first thing we gotta do is I need to activate all of my new Posca markers and figure out which ones I have color duplicates of, because there are certain 5M Posca markers as well as 1M and brush. Like not all the colors are available in all the sizes. So I have to go through and match up and figure out of the 33M Posca markers that I have, which I have now in the different sizes. Yeah, so I guess let's go do that, and then we will be ready to start Huvember, and I will tell you the rules I'm gonna follow and all that good stuff, and what order I'm gonna do the colors in. So yeah, let's go do that.
Status, I'm a big dog vet. I pull up on the block in a big Corvette. Yeah, riding around the city with a stick all black. Try with a stroke, but we ain't with all that. Made $1 million and I can't go back. Got a lot of jewelry on me, man, you can't hold that. 12 asking better, tell him that I ain't so crack. Know your money long when your people can't afford that. I'm ballin', yeah. My mama told me that did my calling. I keep that stick, I don't do no brawling. Open out the doors and let them all in here. Yeah, they all in here. Ooh, big dog. We come back to pound, so we big dog. Heavy patty, got me break my wrist off. I'm young out of rocket, about to lead dog. 3, 2, 1, I got big dog status, I'm a big dog vet. I pull up on the block in a big Corvette. Yeah, riding around the city with a stick all black. Try with a stroke, but we ain't with all that. Yeah, big dog status, I'm a big dog vet. I pull up on the block in a big Corvette. Yeah, riding around the city with a stick all black. Try with a stroke, but we ain't with all that. Fall in line, yeah. We got sticks like it's Columbine, yeah. Running up the dollar signs, yeah. Ain't no hiding from them hollow cans, yeah. Bring up like the Taliban, that's my paper, don't you bother mine, yeah. Heavy paddock on me, break my wrist off, yeah.
And I'm not exactly sure what happened with the 1M footage I shot, but you'll have to just, I guess, imagine me opening and activating the 1M tip markers, because I don't know what happened to that footage.
Okay, now that we are done with all that, let me show you the other new thing I have. I have this square watercolor sketchbook. It was recommended by Casey Golden. I watch her channel. I've referenced her many times before. To use watercolor paper when using Poscas, or at least she likes to use watercolor paper when she uses Posca pens. So I got this square watercolor journal because it has 60 pages, which means 30 sheets, which means I can work on the front face of every page, 1 page per day for Huvember. So that was the idea there. Let me get it open. It is, I think it's 100 and, oh no, it's 200 pound. I thought it was 180. It's 200 pound watercolor paper. And this book is, what brand is it? Handbook Journal Company. I don't know. It's literally the only watercolor journal I could find that that had 60 pages, which means 30 sheets, because there are 30 days in November. Haha, clever. Ooh, I like this. I like this elastic. You can see through it. Oh, that's cool. Haha. All right, stop being amused by simple things. So I'm gonna take this little jacket. Oh, it's Speedball. That's what I thought. I thought it was, okay. It's a Speedball watercolor journal. I thought it was a brand that I was familiar with. Speedball. So yes, my Speedball watercolor journal. Well, I like the cover. It's like linen. Nice. Hear that? Okay, enough with the ASMR. So here we go. It's got, I bought the 200 pound weight paper, 200 pound, because I didn't think it needed to be especially thick, and this is this cold? This isn't cold press. This feels hot press to me. Is it? What is it? La 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 la. It is, oh, it is. It is cold pressed, but it's very smooth. It's like surprisingly smooth, which is good. I feel like the Posca pens will catch less on it if I use it. The fronts are very, yeah, it's pretty smooth. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, so it's a square journal, has a little pocket in the back, which I probably will put the Huvember color list in. And it has a little, you know, one of these doohickers to mark your page. And I guess let's get on to figuring out the order of my Posca markers and which ones I have of what sizes and what the rules are that I'm going to follow. Okay, so now on to the rules. Rules are as follows, as far as I understand them anyway. this is my list of colors. The only rules really are that you start with yellow, your brightest yellow, and it ends, from what I've seen, ends in green. So I just went through and took all 30 of my 3M Posca pens, wrote out all their names in the order I'm gonna do them, and then I went through and figured out which ones I had in different tip sizes, so 1M, 5M, and brushes, and made marks so I knew for each day what I had, what tools I was working with. I will not be using any metallics, but I will allow myself to use any amount of black and white that I would like. And these are all the black and white Poscas that I have. I have 3Ms, I have 1Ms, I have 1MRs, I have 5Ms, and I have brushes. So I have, I think, oh, and I even have somewhere, aha, here it is. I also have this big honking ridiculous 17K monster of a Posca. I don't know if I'll ever use that, but I have a black one of those in case, you know, for whatever reason. And yeah, so I will only use the color Posca that I have assigned myself for that day, plus any of the black and white Poscas. And yeah, the goal is to make a piece of art every day in November. So wish me luck. Like I say, I'm very bad at completing entire month-long challenges, so we'll see how long I can work on this for before I inevitably fall behind and stop doing it.
And it was at this point I decided that the cover of the sketchbook was way too plain and boring and one note for a challenge that involves all the colors. So I decided to do some art on the cover. The Poscas didn't really seem to like the linen texture of the cover, however, so if I do this again on a textured book like this, I probably will use acrylic paint, not my paint pens, because yeah, the tips got stuck a lot on the linen. But yeah, so enjoyed this quick little speed paint.
Big dog status, I'm a big dog vet. I pull up on the block in a big Corvette. Yeah, ride around the city with a stick all black. Try with a stroke of weed with all that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, made $1 million and I can't go back. Got a lot of jewelry on me, man, you can't hold that. 12 asking better, tell him that I ain't so crack. Know your money long when your people can't afford that. I'm ballin', yeah. My mama told me that did my calling. I keep that stick, I don't do no brawling. Open out the doors and let them all in here. Yeah, they all in here. Ooh, big dog. We come out the pound, so we big dog. Heavy paddock on me, break my wrist off. I'm young out of rocket, about to live dog. 3, 2, 1, I got big dog status, I'm a big dog vet. I pull up on the block in a big Corvette. Yeah, ride around the city with a stick all black. Try with a stroke of weed with all that. Yeah, big dog status, I'm a big dog vet. I pull up on the block in a big Corvette. Yeah, ride around the city with a stick all black. Try with a stroke of weed with all that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, jigs, fall in line. Yeah, we got sticks like it's Columbine. Yeah, ooh, running up the dollar signs. Yeah, ain't no hiding from them hollow kinds. Yeah, bring up like the Taliban. Ooh, that's my paper, don't you bottom mine. Yeah, heavy paddock on me, break my wrist off. Yeah, lift off. I got big dog status, I'm a big dog status, I'm a big dog, yeah. I pull up on the block in a big Corvette, yeah. Ride around the city with a stick all black. Try with a stroke of weed with all that, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Made $1 million and I can't go back. Got a lot of jewelry on me, man, can't hold that. 12 asking better, tell him that I ain't so crack. Know your money long when your people can't afford that. I'm ballin', yeah. My mama told me that did my calling. I keep that stick, I don't do no brawling. Open out the doors and let them all in here. Yeah, they all in here. Ooh, big dog. We come out the pound, so we big dog. Heavy paddock on me, break my wrist off. I'm young out of rocket, about to live, dog. 3, 2, 1, I got big dog status, I'm a big dog, yeah. I pull up on the block in a big Corvette, yeah. Ride around the city with a stick all black. Try with a stroke of weed with all that, yeah. Big dog status, I'm a big dog, yeah. I pull up on the block in a big Corvette, yeah. Ride around the city with a stick all black. Try with a stroke of weed with all that, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Jakes, fall in line. Yeah. We got sticks like it's Columbine. Yeah. Running up the dollar signs. Yeah. Ain't no hiding from them hollow cans. Yeah. Bring up like the Taliban. That's my paper, don't you bother mine. Yeah. Heavy paddock on me, break my wrist off. Yeah. Yeah. Lift off. I got big dog status, I'm a big dog, yeah. I pull up on the block in a big Corvette, yeah. Ride around the city with a stick all black. Try with a stroke of weed with all that, yeah. Big dog status, I'm a big dog, yeah. I pull up on the block in a big Corvette, yeah. Ride around the city with a stick all black. Try with a stroke of weed with all that, yeah. Big dog status, I'm a big dog, yeah. I pull up on the block in a big Corvette, yeah. Ride around the city with a stick all black. Try with a stroke of weed with all that, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Made $1 million.
So, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little intro video. The first episode will hopefully be up tomorrow. Happy Halloween. I do have a Halloween doll repaint in progress. The problem is I broke part of it. This seems to always happen. And so I'm waiting for replacement parts to come in the mail. Hopefully my Halloween doll will be up sometime next week. It will be late. I understand that and I apologize, but I figured I should still post it. Even if it's late, I'm still working on it. It's mostly done actually, just waiting on a couple of things. Anyway, I digress. I also have a couple more sort of Halloween-y themed videos that I was working on that I still think I will post. So stay tuned for those. Again, they'll be a little bit later than Halloween since, you know, today is Halloween, but hopefully they will be worth the wait and you won't be too upset that they're after Halloween videos. Halloween videos released after Halloween, I should say. And until next time, I will talk to all of you soon. Bye!